that's some interesting lighting. Let's move out from directly underneath the overhead light. Hello, and welcome to day 26 of Vlogmas. So today is Christmas Day for Wesley and I, and it's almost noon, so we went and said a quick goodbye to his parents before they took off this morning. And then we've been cleaning and trying to get the apartment back in order, slash actually in order a little bit. So yeah, it's been busy, but you know, as is the case when you're cleaning, you must reward every small victory with a treat. These are the rules. I can't argue with them. So we've done a little bit of cleaning. We took some stuff out to the trash and boxed up some stuff to donate. So we're gonna have some pie. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the pie that I made, because it's sort of, part of it's like a classic pie that I make and part of it's a new addition, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. So let me grab a slice and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is sort of my default pie that I make for, I don't know, special occasions. And it is a French silk pie. And I will link to all the recipes that I mentioned down in the description box, but the recipe for the filling of the pie comes from Better Homes and Gardens. And this was like out of one of the first cookbooks I ever had. And now I found it online, so I can link it. But it's a basic French silk pie recipe. It's super duper easy. The only thing is that you have to make it like about 6 hours ahead of when you want to eat it because it needs to set up in the fridge. But otherwise, it's super easy. The recipe has never once failed me in many, many years, probably 10 years or so I've been making this. Never failed me. So the new part of this is actually this crust. So those of you who've had French silk pie before would know that like French silk pie typically has a pastry crust. I do not like pastry crusts, especially if it's not on a fruit pie. So I've always made my French silk pie with a graham cracker crust, and since going gluten-free, there's not a ton of graham cracker gluten-free options. So this crust is a new recipe that I've tried twice now, and you can see it looks pretty much like a graham cracker crust, and it is made with almond meal and butter and a little bit of honey and cinnamon. And it's got the right crumbliness. You can see the crumbling there, and it's really tasty, and again, super duper easy. So I will also link that down below. And now I'm gonna stop yakking so Wesley and I can have our pieces of pie, and I will see you guys in a little bit.
Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Here you go, Kevin.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you.
Hello again. So, as you guys probably saw, Wesley and I just got done watching my favorite Christmas movie, which is Home Alone 2. Also, I have an interesting theory about Home Alone 2. So, I think, okay, well, let's assume that the way that Macaulay Culkin has turned out is representative of how Kevin McAllister would have turned out, right? Because Macaulay Culkin has gotten a little weird as he's gotten older, right? This is no secret. I think that perhaps the reason that Kevin McAllister, aka Macaulay Culkin, would have grown up to be so strange is because he was fighting the forces of evil, like demons from hell itself. Hear me out, right? So the two burglars in the first and the second movie both did not die in situations where normal people would have surely died many times over, right? I know it's part of the comic effect of the movie, right? But like, seriously, those guys should be dead. So the fact that they're not dead means they are the forces of evil. And so Kevin McAllister was battling the forces of the devil, and that's why he turned out so strange.
You had a glass of wine earlier.
I did not. Wesley does not agree with me, but he's also eating ham directly out of a Tupperware, so he doesn't know anything either. The point is, this was not the point. So, the point is that we're coming back to Andy Tells You About Games. And so we are going to sit down and play this. So I don't think I've talked about these before, but these are, it's called Exit, and these are like escape room in a box games. And it's not the only, I guess, brand of escape room in a box that's out there, but I highly recommend these ones. They were recommended to me by a friend, and we have totally like just been chewing our way through all of them. But they're really cool because we only have done them just Wesley and I, but I know you can do them with a group of up to 4. But they're really cool because they're not meant to be reused, right? So you have to sometimes do things that destroy parts of the game, and it's meant for that. But they're only like $15, so it's kind of like $15 gets us about 2 hours of entertainment, which is cheaper than going to the movies and a lot more fun. So if you're into that kind of stuff, like problem solving and puzzles and stuff, I would highly recommend these. This one, obviously, we haven't played yet, but I'm going to recommend the same one that was recommended to me to start with, if you want to start with one, which is called The Abandoned Cabin. It's a good sort of mid-range difficulty one, so I would recommend that one to start with. And I will try and see if future me, when I'm editing this, can remember that and find a link to it on Amazon maybe, and I'll put it in the description in case you want to check it out. So you can also find them at Barnes & Noble. That's where we've gotten a lot of ours, is at like Barnes & Noble or other independent game stores, but you can find them on Amazon too. So with that, we are going to get to it, and I'll probably check back in again before the end of the night, so I will see you guys then. So this is the aftermath of one of those games. So there's just stuff everywhere. By the way, wearing my Christmas knee highs today, obviously. Yeah, there's just stuff everywhere. This is the first time we've actually played it on like the kitchen table, or the dining room table, I guess. Normally we try to play it on the coffee table out there, and let me tell you, that does not work very well. So it works way better when you have a nice big open space like this. But speaking of out in the living room, I thought I would show you guys. I didn't do a lot of knitting today, but what I did work on was my knee-high sock. So I am now down to the sort of, I've done all the decreases for the leg. So that's what this little guy is marking, is the very last decrease on the leg. So now I'm just gonna knit, I think I decided I was gonna knit maybe like 10 cable twists or so, and then I'll do the heel and the foot. So that's where I am right now. And yeah, that's kind of that. I did not ever finish the 4th stocking, so that stuff is still hanging out down there. I figure obviously there's no rush for it now, so I'll get it done when I get it done. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off for tonight. I'm not gonna flip the camera around because I've managed to get a big old zit on my chin within just like the past couple hours, so we'll see if that looks any better by tomorrow, and then I can show my face again. So for now, that's going to be it for me. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.